Thank you, Monsieur Hammond. Yeah, we're going back to the top of the log now. The league leaders, Fiji, up against Argentina. Familiar names, new names in the Fijian ranks that are still doing the stuff for Gareth Baber. Argentina, well, they've had to draft in a few new guys for this weekend, but they have got that first win against Ireland. We've seen some surprise results with Japan beating France, etc. Rob Vickerman, this would be the biggest surprise of the weekend, possibly of the series, but never say never.
You can never say never, Wardy. One of these games you expect to see so much effort from Fiji, and when they are on form, they're simply unstoppable. I can't see this being a slip on their journey. Massive psychological barrier today, specifically in France, a place where they've blown a lead, significant lead of 6, 7 and 10 points in past seasons, so very much all to play for.
What amazes me, Rob, is knowing how many tournaments Fiji have won. This is the only active country where they have never won the trophy. They've never lifted that trophy come the end of the weekend.
And there'll be a lot of people in Suva probably throwing things at the television now, won't they?
Well, it's certainly on, and what we saw, that 8-try demolition of England in their first outing. They've hit the straps early on. Fortunately, that kick from Mbotito not finding the requisite angle. So Argentina in their change strip for this one, in the black shirts. Gaston Revol, the captain, getting things underway. There he is. Always the hinge of this Argentinian side. Ulloa takes Argentina up to the 22. Luna takes a wonder. Mbotita goes high on him though.
Yep, where you are.
Get the call. Sabato. Check and look from Ulloa. Already the threat there, and the try is there. Franco Sabato. Argentina over inside the first minute.
You could just tell the way the Argentinians started this game. They've been talking about outworking the Fijians. They know Fiji are more than likely to score. You can't necessarily always stop that, such as the way they play. But what you can do is capitalise when you do have the ball by running really hard, by being aggressive and confrontational, and that's exactly why Argentina scored first.
And up in the ante from the word go. If you set that pace high, especially in this heat, I don't care where you come from, it's going to have an impact. And if they don't allow the Fijian defence to recover, to reset, that's what you can do.
Absolutely, that's when you control what you can control. Get a grip of it, get hold of the game, and most importantly against Fiji, try to keep the ball.
So Santiago Gomez-Cota happy with that start. Now this restart has to be on the money from Revol. Great tap back there from Darren Alangi. What a revelation he's been for Fiji. Just when you thought it couldn't get any better. Tuimamba takes off the handbrake. Remember my number, because you ain't going to remember my face. Fiji on the board.
Got a great showing of the rookies on show there. First of all, Darren Alangi getting the restart, and that man who's done it all year, Tuimamba, drops it down a gear, and off he goes. Vanni chases for about 3 strides. Revol, fair play to him, clocking up a few metres, not going to get anywhere near him.
Well, the first player this series to score a hat-trick in the final last weekend in London. It won in the part and parcel of him winning the DHL Impact Player last weekend, and there you see why. Look at that pace, beautifully balanced running. Again, the restart not quite going far enough, but Argentina opting to play. Looking round the corner is Ulloa. Release from Vanni. Argentina constructing their moves now, but losing the ball in the contact will hamper that.
And then you place the back.
Yeah, and look at how many people they're having to put into the breakdown to try and secure it against the Fijians. You're putting 4 guys in, there's not going to be anyone in the outfield to try and play with width. Real clear tactic from Argentina to try and target that area against Fiji. Although it's not easy this day and age, Fiji just as good off the ball as they are with it.
When I initially looked at that, I thought it was 4 against 4. You don't realise it was only 2, sometimes 3 Fijians in there smothering that contact area. Tuai, look at that deft handling. And the release is there. The support is there. Nathungu is the man to finish it off. But that is a beautifully crafted Fijian try.
And it's beautiful because of that simplicity. Nathungu, he's having a wonderful Paris 7 so far. Carve it up in the first game, he's continued it in the second. Tuai just toying around, lovely little rat ball. And then Nathungu picks up that inside line. Daunalangi, perhaps questionable, but the way he threw his arm around, referee gave it as backwards. There is very little on this field, and in Sevens rugby that Daunalangi cannot do.
He has been a revelation, hasn't he? I mean, he was a rookie when he started at the beginning of the season in Dubai, but now look at him, look at the touches.
He's got the full court game. Daunalangi has got the whole package, and he's only 20. I do not know anyone of his talent in 15s or 7s in World Rugby. It's that powerful of a statement.
Certainly has the range to achieve so much. Argentina looking to press back. Sabato looking for the bounce off the knee, and again and again. Well, that is a great response from Argentina, and it's Franco Sabato who gets a brace. My goodness me, he worked so hard for that, so determined. That is a great response.
It's a great response, and a nod to the head coach. Said to him last week, you're going to score plenty by putting on your foot. He's just absolutely flown past Jerry Tuai. One of the best sweepers in the business. Sabato just got that intrinsic nature to control a ball like many Argentinian players do. On less than his coach, and he's clocked up yet another score on the HSBC World Series, and there is the man looking on.
Well, he knew a thing or two about scoring tries. He would have been delighted with this score from his wingman there. 25 tries now for Franco Sabato this season. Nobody's scored more tries in Argentinians' colours. Well, swinging back, final minute of this first half, nothing between the two. Mothanathangi gets the release, and the offload is there, and suddenly it's Fiji striding away again. Well, it's tit for tat all the way through this first half. Fiji going to have the final say of the first 40 minutes.
Well, Tuimamba showing his range of skills now. Mothanathangi gets that ball free. Alongside him, Vakuinabili pops it off, and then take a look. That's a right foot drop. Full pelt. This guy's going about 32 clicks, and he puts it within a 5 square metre area, 40 metres ahead of him. That is Sevens rugby on a pedestal.
It's not fortune, it's skill. And we know Fiji have it in huge, huge sack loads. Well, that score at the end of the first half pushes Fiji ahead, but what a first half it's been. Cracking entertainment. Fiji at the break leading 19 points to 14.
que no tomen envión en la primera, ya sea en juego aéreo o en un lanzamiento de entrada. Y después en el rack no vayamos a buscar ahí, dejemos un solo tipo y hagámonos ancho antes. No esperemos ir y volver. Ya me quedo el 12 y 13 en referencia a los palos para estar bien ancho y acomódese el que se tienta, el 12 o el 13 se tienta, acomódese lo antes posible, pero el 13 y el 14 no se vengan, ¿se entiende? Vuelvan por su andanivel y de última obliguémoslo a que pisen para adentro, pero no para afuera, pues no perdiendo cuerda. ¿Sí? Más ancho, sin involucrar en el punto de encuentro y a que no tomen tiempo y espacio. Y en ataque estamos muy bien. Sigamos jugando corta, cuidarla, no dudar si la largo o no. Bien sólida, cuidarla al centro de la cancha, ya no disputar el punto de encuentro y vamos a estar en partido, ¿sí? Vamos muchachos.
Vamos muchachos.
Great individual skill on the show through the first half of this match. Santiago Gomez called up, just weighing up what the next half is going to bring. His team on a 6-game losing streak to the Fijians right now. He's seen remarkable resilience from them. He's got to see good defence though. Here they go again, Fiji away. Umbutito takes the opportunity. And that's just it. You give them half a chance, they will take it. Fiji push further ahead.
Well, believe it or not, yet another rookie. I have no idea why Argentina have just kicked it to one of the best aerial masters that this Sevens Series has witnessed. Darren Alangi doesn't just catch it, he spins out of a tackle and puts it on a plate for Umbutito to run it in. Definite change of tactic needed at the restart for Argentina, but take nothing away from Fiji. Because once again, that was exquisite.
As was the conversion.
Just jumps so high, rides the contact and then throws on the inside. He's about 6'5", his wingspan's even further.
Fijian Condor doing the job for the Fijian rugby team. And suddenly it's a lot harder prospect for Argentina. The ricochet comes off Barbier. Well, Fiji, the top try scorers.
Number one.
That's
Sub number one.
heading towards 250 tries already this season. When you think they've been top try scorers in each of the past 4 series, it's the way they play, and that's why they are such gold dust in this tournament.
Right, look no further than this, Wardy. The catch, the spin, the awareness, the execution, and the smile that so often goes with it.
It hurts the opposition, it delights the fans. Here they come again, changing the line. Perfect rugby geometry from Fiji. And it's once again the perfect finish from Vilimoni Umbutito. The 20-year-old in the right place at the right time again. It is rugby perfection.
And it just spins so quickly, doesn't it? You think there's hope for Argentina, they're looking really into it, and then all of a sudden, the Fijian dial goes up to 11. The lovely pass out the base, Nthunku just creates, and it's that deception, buys on the inside, Umbutito follows the ball, Tuiamba just refusing to stop, powers through. These guys are in their first season of HSBC World Rugby Sevens. This is just a frightening concept, probably for the next 10 years.
Just imagine how they're going to play when they lose their nerves. Well, there is a picture that they will not want to see. So that's Nthunku, I think, isn't it? The playmaker just limping off.
You can see him in the background, grabs his right hamstring straight away. You really hope that it's nothing more significant than just a soft tissue tear. Sure, he'll be under the guise of the wonderful staff there, William and Natha. Incredible creators of this Fijian programme alongside Gareth Baber, who once again has shown his wares bringing these guys through.
So, good news and bad news in the last 30 seconds for the Fijians. Can Argentina find any feel-good in the remaining 4 4 and a bit minutes. The throwing the ball away is not going to help the cause. The bounce of the ball working for Fiji. Umbotito, oh, the little no-look pass not paying off there. Argentina going to have to go from deep. Easier said than done. Balata up in the faces of the ball carrier. Nowhere to go for the Argentinians. Just being suffocated inside their own 22. Mbalavu gets his shoulder into the tackle. Argentina just having to draw breath here. Huge rainbow pass, but still having to work hard to get out of their own 22. Now they spot opportunity with Mare.
Play on.
Tito, oh, there's a big hit coming through there. That was Balata, wasn't it? Coming through with the shoulder now.
High.
Yeah, it wasn't good and it didn't look pretty, but do not appreciate the milking of it. Yes, it was a significant shot, that's understandable, but the way the arms got thrown back, first glimpse, looked a little bit too much amateur dramatics for me there, Wardy.
Number 12, blue.
Just a little of the Latin there.
You can see it
through.
Fair enough, that's a big shot, but then the arms going back. You don't have to milk it. We appreciate welfare's real issue. His head hits his shoulder. It's not something you want to see.
So, difficult shot coming through there. Fiji will go down a man for the next couple of minutes. It ain't going to change the outcome of this, though, from the way this match has flowed. Gomez caught up. Had a difficult time in London, ended in 11th, but the problem that hampered them all the way through Argentina was they made so many errors. They averaged the most errors of any team last week at Twickenham. And that just really, you cannot get any flow to your game. Revolt urging his team to keep going in the last 3 minutes of this matchup.
Closing the gap. Close the gap. In here.
Fiji setting their line just inside their own 22. Something that Gareth Faber has been working so hard on through the course of this series. Their defensive resilience. Cut back from Gonzalez. With a hat-trick in day 2 against Spain last weekend, but no real opportunity here. There should be opportunity right now, though. And Argentina get their first score of the second half. Well, it may be meaningless in terms of the outcome of this game, but a deserved reward.
Well, only approaching 2 minutes left on the clock. I've seen stranger things happen, but that's usually with Fiji trailing behind. Lovely finish, Revolt puts it on the plate of Barbier out wide, and it's a well-worked finish, but again, they need to keep this tempo up, still with the advantage of the extra man, and still with 1 minute 30 on the clock. Bearing in mind, Fiji can score 3 tries in that time.
Yeah, we've seen it before. Giving away another penalty at the breakdown. Argentina just looking to maximise the gap in that Fijian defence. Lovely jinking play from Luciano Gonzalez. Again, slightly high shot, tired. Fiji arms and bodies now working back. And they go through Argentina, finding another way through in the course of this yellow card. 2 tries now for Santiago Gonzalez. Santiago Gomez Cora to enjoy. It was Luciano Gonzalez who was able to finish it off.
And it's just been relentless in midfield. Lovely sidesteps, jinking away. Darren Lange, a rare error. Jerry Tuai, high tackle, the penalty's taken, and off they go. No one hanging around. Argentina again getting into the danger man. Gonzalez, who I thought last week had been the end of him with his soft tissue injury, but now, very interesting scenes here. 7-point gap, 30 seconds left.
Never say never. Fiji back to full manning. 7 on the restart's going to go Argentina's way.
For a knock on. Advantage is over.
Now, what's on the cards here? Argentina sticking to their guns. Quick release again, it's that man Gonzalez. Release to this near side for Barbier. It's on. Gonzalez got numbers outside, but the contact doesn't work. And suddenly it's Fiji breaking away. There ain't nobody going to stop Tako Mbalavu in rugby's Formula One. Fiji again in pole position.
Well, the game was hanging potentially on a thread there. Argentina looking strong. Mbalavu scores it, but cometh the moment, cometh the man, and it is that guy, Darren Lange, that used that wingspan to get the turnover to create this chance. This Fiji team have been through the mill, but continue to keep coming out the right side of the result.
Fiji flying high here in Paris, 2 from 2 now for Gareth Baber and his men. In the heat, they continue to produce outstanding rugby. Another big win, this time 40 points to 26 against a very plucky Argentinian side.